Hey class, this week we are going to be taking our sketches from last week of our identity topography and we're going to be transforming it into a clay model with our plastilina clay that was included in our egg kit. We're also going to be using the wooden clay tools that were included. So to begin, just start playing and working with the clay in your hands because it is a little hard to work with at first. The heat from your hands will make it easier. So I am just going to flatten this piece out. Once you have a flattened piece, I'm going to take my clay tool and I'm going to cut out my initials. I'm going to cut out an R for my last name. Now you can just press down on the sides to make them a little cleaner. This clay is easier to work with once it is warmed up, and just pressing on it will smooth it out. I made this A before. I don't really like how this R looks, so I'm going to go to my A. But as you can see here, it is super easy to cut through using your tools. So with my A, I'm just going to refer back to my sketch and begin making things out of the clay that I want to include on my A. So I have already started to make this rose, but I'll show you how to do that. To do so, you just take some clay and flatten it to make it kind of a triangle if you can. And then just layering it around and around. So you can see this is a rose. I chose a flower because I really like plants, and around my apartment I probably have about 30 plants that I take care of. So I'm just going to simply put this on my A. Putting it on, you can see that it sticks, just sticking it there. But if you want something more secure, you can make a coil. A coil is just from rolling it in your hands or on the table. Oh, I knocked down my flower. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in the in-between to secure it. And then I'm going to press down. So you can see, there's my flower. Something else that I believe makes up my identity is coffee. I drink coffee every day. So I'm going to make some little coffee beans. So I'm just going to roll some clay in my hands. And I got a little oval. I'm going to use part of my clay tool. I'm going to use this part with the straight and make a slit so that it looks like a coffee bean. I'm going to make a few of those and just place them around. this one skinnier so that it can cover this part of my A. Looks like I still have room for a little one right up there. Another thing that I include on my sketch is chocolate. One of my favorite things or candy to eat is chocolate, whether I'm in a good mood or a bad mood. Chocolate just makes everything better. So I am going to mold a Hershey Kiss. To do so, I'm just going to work with it with my hands. If you hit this clay on the table or any flat surface, it will flatten. So I'm going to just do so and then kind of like work it up to make it look more of like a Reese's. I mean a Hershey's Kiss. I don't know why I said Reese's. I'm gonna roll it. Just pinch the tops to make it more of a Reese's looking. I said it again. I am so sorry. I meant to say Hershey's Kiss. And I'm going to make the top skinnier, and I am going to try to twist it around to make it look like the paper that stinks out of it. I'm gonna place it over here in this part of my A. Another thing I'm going to include is the sign for female, which is this circle with the cross hanging down. I identify as a woman, so I'm going to make sure I include that on my identity typography. So I'm just going to make another coil. You see, just simply pressing that together makes it joined. I'm gonna put this right here. And press that onto each other. So this is what I have so far. Also going to make some coils for some letters. I'm gonna make this an I. I'm gonna put the letters ISU on here because I am a student at Illinois State. And to make an S, I'm just going to curve this around. Place it down. And now I need the U. And on the last little part of my A, I am going to make a flag. This flag here would be the Italian flag. So I'm going to make these two lines right here, separating for where the color would be. And I'm also going to just color it in using the oil pastels. Since these are both, plastilina clay is oil based, so that means it'll never dry out. And these are oil pastels, so they're both based on oil, so it'll be okay if you put a little color on them. I'm just patting it to get the color on there. And there we go. This would be my A for my 3D letter typography of my identity.